Hey, what's up guys? In today's video we are going to be going over our Week 8 Supreme Arena defenses. We're going to start with the more free-to-play, mid-spender friendly teams, and then the last set of teams that I show you guys will be the more, basically a full pay-to-win set. So we're starting out with a Greyborn team. It has Callan, Thorin, Shamira, Ludovic, and Ravion. And we're basically trying to protect our Shamira as much as we possibly can, give her and the team as much survivability as possible. We have Fatal Blow protection from Ravion, and we're relying on Shamira to blow up the enemy team, and then maybe Ravion pick off any heroes that might have survived an ultimate from her or whatever. Because there are times where, you know, she'll get an ultimate off and maybe kill 3 heroes, but then she dies, and then you need another hero to pick off the last 2, and Ravion could be that hero. So yeah, that's going to be the first team. Second team is going to be a Wilder team, sorry, with Bonnie and Niru on it. So we're going to have Aaron, Olmis, Lily May with Bonnie and Niru. Quick pause here, because as I was rewatching this and editing, I realized my Niru isn't positioned right. He should be the spirit marked hero, so you want to put him where Lily May is at, and then I'd put Lily May next to Aaron. The ID on the screen will reflect the proper positioning, so you really shouldn't have to worry about doing anything, but I just wanted to let you guys know that in case you're manually setting these teams up and whatnot. Definitely want to have Niru as the spirit marked hero. This can activate her dot damage super quickly and give us just a lot of damage really fast. And we've got Dunliner on this map, so he's going to be reducing the energy gain that the heroes get on the enemy side and my side. And having dot damage is just going to be way more effective than most other teams because, well, those other teams are going to have to try to build up an ultimate to actually do damage. And we don't really need to worry about doing any ultimates because the Dunliner doesn't actually stop us from doing ults. He just slows down the energy gain, so we can still use teams that have like Aaron and Niru that do ults at the start of the fight. So I feel like this should be a pretty solid team for this map, and that's going to be Team 2. Team 3 is then going to be a Théodore, Hugin, Leica team with Siren and Rowan. So we got a Lightbearer team. All these heroes, aside from Théodore, will pretty much stay put. And if you guys don't know this about the Lightbearer Phantomal, he offers a ton of survivability. So having all your heroes staying in that box that he puts on the battlefield, it's going to just give them a ton of survivability, plus the Pact Bond spell will give them even more. And Leica's going to get to a pretty quick ultimate. We're going to have shielding from Hugin. Rowan's going to feed energy to our Siren, which is going to give him a really quick ult also, which will group them all up, because Siren should get to his ult before Leica does, and when he groups everyone up, Leica will shoot her arrow, and that should blow up most of the team. And if there's any stragglers left, then Siren and, you know, everybody else can kind of finish them off. So that's going to be Team 3, and that's the first set of teams. So let me pull up the next set. I'll be right back. Really quick before we move on to the next team set, if you guys were thinking about making a purchase in AFKJourney, you can use my affiliate link in the description below or in the pinned comment, and you'll get 5% extra dragon crystals with your purchases. You can just click the farlight link and it'll bring you to the website. You can buy whatever pack you want. They have all of them here, and you'll get extra dragon crystals, and you'll also be able to support me. So I really appreciate it, guys. Back to the video. All right, so for the second set of teams, we have a Mauler team, and I wanted to do this because obviously some people might like the Maulers, they might want to use their Phantomals, so I figured I'd come up with a Mauler team. And the Mauler Phantomal is actually pretty interesting because the hero that is the spirit marked hero will get teleported to the other side of the map and on a symmetrical tile, and that can be very, very effective. It's basically like Rainier. However, you don't have to have a hero positioned in the same tile as the other hero, and you don't get like a huge attack boost or whatever, you know, because Rainier increases the damage you deal and all that stuff and reduces the damage you take. But this is still pretty effective because what'll happen here is Perseus will get teleported to the other side, he'll deal burst damage, and then he'll start doing his attacks. And he's going to have 3 growth stacks because he's going to get 1 from Divine Favor, 1 from Ravion, and then 1 from, what's his face, Xandrock. Couldn't remember his name. And then we have Satrana in here for dot damage, and Shakir for his ability to put the lupine aura and all that kind of stuff. And then we have fatal blow protection also for Perseus and for Shakir. So this should be a pretty strong team. I'm interested to see how it works. I might try this one out during the week, so I'll let you know if it's any good and whatnot. But I tested it in friends list duels and things like that, and it did show some potential and some promise. So that's team 1. Team 2 is then going to be Aaron Olmis, Shamira, Niru, and Bonnie. So again, we have the Dunlaner map, and that means our heroes are going to gain less energy, but we are going to be able to activate Bonnie's dot damage, and then hopefully Shamira will get to an ultimate and finish off any heroes that might be left or whatever. Or if our dot damage just isn't really doing the job for us, maybe Shamira can take over. We have Niru giving her an extra life, so if they try to use like an Athalia team or something like that, our Shamira should still come back and be able to do something for us. So that's team 2. So our third team here is going to be a Thador, Pang, Lenya, Siren, Rowan team. And this is a team idea I got from my friends list. I think it was Hobo's team that was running something very similar. I can't remember if they were using Rowan or not, but Rowan's going to feed energy to our Siren, getting him a quick ultimate, grouping everyone up. Pang's going to be fed energy by Thador, which he'll just basically run forward and do an ult because he does have starting energy, and that can be a lot of damage from Pang. He actually does deal a decent amount of damage, and then you also have Lenya in here doing her thing. So this can be a pretty solid team. You could switch Lenya out for a different damage dealer if you want. Like you could put Faramore in here, you could put Tassie in here. There's a lot of different wilders that you could put in here, or you could put a light bearer in, but I don't know, there's not really a whole lot of light bearers that I would want to put in here aside from maybe Perseus. But yeah, I don't know, because I had Perseus on team 1, so I wouldn't run him on team 3. But anyway, that's the next set of teams. So let me pull up another set and I'll be right back. Alright, so for this set of teams, it's a bit more pay to win because we have an Athalia team and then a Dio team. But the first team that we have here is a Bonnie, Niru, Siren team with Callan and Rowan. Rowan's going to feed energy to Siren, allowing him to get a quick ultimate off. Bonnie, Niru, and everybody just going to activate Bonnie's dot damage, and it should be a pretty effective team. I like Rowan because he has burst healing, so if somebody tries to use an Athalia or something and takes a huge chunk of Siren's HP bar, Rowan's going to be able to easily fill that back up with his HP potion. So yeah, I kind of like Rowan on this team. He should be pretty effective at keeping Siren alive for a little bit longer. Plus we have Niru giving Siren an extra life, so that's always good. And yeah, that's team 1. Team 2 is then going to be a Aaron Olmis team with Tassie, Athalia, and Seda. So, the obvious Aaron Olmis combination, group everyone up, root them down. Athalia running around nuking people. Tassie hopefully can get to an ultimate, and then Seda can do her thing also. And since this team doesn't necessarily need ultimates to do a lot of damage, because Athalia can still nuke down heroes whether she's doing Vengeance Charge or her ultimate, it should be pretty solid. And then eventually Tassie will get to her ult. Seda will get extra hearts out there, and it should be pretty hard to deal with. So that's team 2. And then team 3 is going to be a Dio team where it's a light bearer Dio team. So we're also going to be using Pact Bond to add a ton of protection. And we're getting 3 Nectar stacks from Perseus, 1 from Hugin, and then 1 from Ravion. And then we have Walker in here to hopefully just stun a bunch of the heroes at the start of the fight, which will buy Dio time to get his Nectar stacks in and cast his Mythic skill and hopefully get to an ultimate in a pretty quick amount of time. So that's the third set of teams. Let me pull up the last set, and this last set's going to be way more pay to win than anything I've shown before, so just give me a sec to pull that up. Alright, so this first team on this last set of teams is a full Hypogean Celestial team. We've got Twins, Athalia, Aliceth, Mahira, and Seda. So we've got the Athalia Seda combination. We've got Aliceth providing fatal blow protection to our Seda, so she's going to have even more extra lives. We've got Mahira in here to distract the enemy team at the start, and then we've got Athalia to blow everyone up. Also, Aliceth gets to an ultimate. She's going to destroy like 2 or 3 heroes with it, so it should be a really strong team. I was fighting a team similar to this on my friends list, or it might have been this exact one. It was Uni had put it in, and I credit him for it because I didn't come up with this, but it's a strong team to deal with. However, you know, most people don't have Mahira build up, so unless you're a big whale, you might not really be able to run this team. I can't run it because my Mahira is 1 copy, my Aliceth is 1 copy, so you know I can't run this. But if you have the heroes built, you can. So that's the first team. So the second team is going to be a Baelran team with Fedor, Siren, Rowan, and Hugin, and then we have the Light Bearer Phantomal over here on the side. Now we don't have a Spirit Marked hero, but it's not the end of the world. What's going to happen here is Fedor's going to feed energy to our Siren, getting him to a quick ultimate. Rowan's going to give an energy potion probably to Hugin, which will give him a quick ult, adding a decent amount of protection, giving Baelran a shield. Also, Rowan's going to give Baelran a bunch of burst healing at the start of the fight, which will increase his health by a ton, and also hopefully get him to that skill where he's when he reaches full HP, he does that big swipe and everything. So I feel like this team might be pretty good, especially with Siren grouping everyone up, and then Baelran coming forward and just kind of swiping everybody and hopefully like one-shotting them or something like that. Could be pretty cool. And Baelran doesn't necessarily rely on energy gain, so we should have some decent success with this team, I feel like. If you run this, let me know how it goes. I'd be interested to hear about it, but my Baelran's only Supreme Plus, so I can't really run this and have faith that it's going to be successful. So that's Team 2. And then Team 3 is going to be a Dio team with Perseus, Leica, Lily May, and Ravion. So Dio's going to get a Nectar stack from Ravion, Perseus, and Leica. And then Lily's also going to have growth stacks from Leica and Perseus, which will give her a little bit of extra damage with her Rainstorm Ballet at the start. And we should have some pretty decent results. We're also going to have Fatal Blow protection for our Dio, so that should hopefully guarantee that he gets an ultimate. But yeah, those are the teams for week 8 that I am recommending and that I've been messing around with and seeing how they've had some decent results in friends list duels and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, that's going to be about it for today. Remember, I have a link to the Farlight store in the description below and in the pinned comment. So if you want to support me and get 5% extra dragon crystals with your purchases, feel free to use that link. I really appreciate it. And if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.